We are continuing our coverage of the RNC and how its policies on rules could drastically impact the 2016 race. One America's Chris Pocock has more on the controversial Rule 40B.
All eyes are on the GOP race as candidates battle it out to become the Republican presidential nominee. But while that fight has soaked up the attention of voters and the media, the real fight might be taking place within the RNC itself. Up for debate is the controversial Rule 40B, which is sure to become a focal point in this election. Before the rule was implemented in 2012, a candidate could be considered for the nomination if he or she received more delegates than other candidates in just 5 states. After the rule, however, a candidate had to win over 50% of the delegates in 8 states. In an interview with One America's D.C. correspondent Neil W. McCabe, Morton Blackwell, who works in the RNC Rules Committee, suggested the rule was put forward in an unprecedented move by Mitt Romney's camp in 2012. Now, the RNC is suggesting it may change those rules once again, this time to derail Donald Trump's chance of winning the GOP nomination. If the rules were applied now, only Trump would currently qualify for the nomination, given that Senator Ted Cruz has won 9 states but hasn't received more than 50% of the delegates in 3 of those victories. And while the RNC has denied it's working against Trump's bid for the nomination, Reince Priebus, who chairs the committee, has gone on TV several times seeking to undercut the existing rules.
There'll always be a perception problem if people continue to not explain the process properly. So the 2012 Rules Committee writes the rules for the 2012 convention. The 2016 Rules Committee writes the rules for the 2016 convention.
But Blackwell disagrees, saying Priebus is mischaracterizing the rules and failing to mention the rules are in effect unless they're amended. Blackwell is backed by the 2012 rulebook, which states, quote, "Upon the adoption of the report of the Convention Committee on Rules and Order of Business, rules numbers 26 to 42 shall constitute the standing rules for this convention and the temporary rules for the next convention." And if you're not convinced the RNC may be moving against Trump, take a look at this moment during the 2012 convention, during the vote to approve Rule 40B. Despite the fact the rule had not yet been voted on, the teleprompter already contained the words, "The ayes have it," a fact complicated by eyewitness accounts that report hearing an equally loud amount of aye and nay votes. Looking forward, the Rules Committee will meet in April to preview changes to the existing guidelines. But while we don't yet know the results of that meeting, one thing is for sure. It'll be contentious and high stakes, and may even reflect some of the ongoing viciousness of the presidential race. Chris Pocock, One America News.